Welcome again to today's presentation on span panels in the solar home. I'm Eric Schneider with Straight Up Solar. For those of you who are new to our Zoom discussions, there's some basic instructions on how to interact with our presentation. There's a chat function listed at the bottom of your screen. Just click on the little chat icon. So if you have any questions during the presentation, please ask them in the chat. I'll be watching the chat questions. Also, we'll be dropping in some helpful hints on how you can get started with a span panel and some information about Straight Up Solar a little later in the presentation. If you don't see what's going on in the chat, we will have our contact information at the last slide. And oh, I'm not working well. Nate and Jake, are you hearing me okay? Okay, all right, I'll keep going along, David. Thanks for the note. Let's see here. We will be recording this webinar here, and we will be then emailing you a recording of this webinar for those who attended, and even those who registered and didn't attend will also get the webinar. We also post this webinar on our YouTube channel. So with that, we will get started with an overview of span panels. We're going to talk about how you can pair span with solar and battery, and then we'll take your questions. Again, my name is Eric Schneider. I'm the Director of Business Development. I lead our business development and marketing efforts here at Straight Up Solar. I'm also a member of the Missouri Solar Energy Industry Association and proud to be a NABCEP certified PV associate here. I'm joined by one of our top solar project developer, Jake Hagedorn. He's been with our company since January of 2021. And as you get to know Jake, you can see he's really going to be passionate about saving our planet one panel at a time. It's a very knowledgeable source that's been around the solar industry for a long time. And we're really honored to have our special guest today, Nate Endricken, from our regional sales manager on the energy team for span panels. Nate's talking to us from Oakland, California. They always say that there's no there in Oakland, but we know there's a lot of stuff behind Jake. So we're glad to have him here today. So Jake, thanks for providing all the information for us today. Little background on Straight Up Solar. For those of you who aren't aware of Straight Up Solar, we're celebrating our 15-year anniversary today, serving customers in central, northern, southern Illinois and the St. Louis region. We've done 1,700 installations to date from our founding by Dr. Dane Glick, who's actually in this photo at the very far left here. We do residential, small business, large PV systems from 2 kW all the way up to 2 megawatts. We're a turnkey solar installer. We're going to handle all the work from you, from design, engineering to installing. All you do is got to sit back on your couch and watch your solar array get installed and work for you here. What I'm most proud about, and I think all the 95 employees are proud about at Straight Up Solar, is that we're a certified B Corporation, so that every day we're striving to put people and the planet before our general business operations here. So it's a really fun company to work for. I think Jake can agree with that, how much we enjoy working for Straight Up Solar. So, and we can go on and on and on, but we're here to talk about span panels here. And with that, let me turn it over to Nate to talk a little bit about span panels and how they work.
Awesome. Thanks, Eric. Just to check, you hear me okay?
Yes, you're good.
Cool. Great. Well, thanks everybody for having me. Real big thanks to Straight Up Solar and Eric and Jake, you guys as well. Appreciate you having me on here today. I'll just, yeah, as Eric said, I'm Nate Endricken. I'm on the business development team here at SPAN, and I'll just, my goal is to just give a high level overview of the SPAN panel today, talk about a few of the key benefits of the panel, a little bit about how it works, why it's smart, and how you can interact with the panel, especially paired with solar or a battery, some of the cool things that the panel can do. So Eric, next slide, please. So first of all, we will get into the app a little bit more. I'll show you exactly how you can interact with the product. I'll do a little demo for you. The video that Eric showed at the beginning is a nice initial orientation to it as well. That video is on YouTube. I recommend you check that out again. And there are a couple other videos on YouTube, a recent product review that just came out by Ben Sullins. That's a little bit longer. That's about 10 minutes long. That gives a really nice overview of the product if you'd like to learn a little bit more after the session today. Biggest way or best way to become oriented with the product and the customer experience with the panel is by downloading the app. It is free from wherever you download apps, and it'll prompt you to create a user profile when you log in, you don't have to do that. Just click the button at the bottom that says explore a simulated SPAN home, and you'll be able to interact with a simulated version of the product. Next slide, please. In case it was unclear at all, what is SPAN? SPAN is a main utility panel. It has actually 3 UL certifications. So it is a main panel, can be a sub panel, and it's an energy management system. So it can function as any one or all 3 of those. So literally you take off your main panel and you put on the SPAN panel. And that's how it works. We did a couple of weeks ago launch a few new products, one of which is our own EV charger. Eric, if you go to the next slide, please. So there it is. We call it SPAN Drive. I'm not going to talk too much about the EV charger today, but do check it out. It's on our website. As soon as you go to span.io, there is a tab at the top called EV Drive. Just click on that and you'll be able to learn a little bit more about this EV charger, why it is intelligent, and how it works. It is the cleanest, fastest, smartest EV charger on the market today. We are taking orders today, but this product will not actually be available until April of next year. So stay tuned for its release in early Q2. Few more just details on this product before we get into the main panel. This is a $500 accessory to the main panel. So very reasonably priced as far as EV chargers go. And it does partly what makes it so smart, what makes a phenomenal, or what enables a phenomenal charging experience, is that it does need to be landed in the main SPAN panel. So smart charger being landed in a smart panel gives really unprecedented intelligence and a phenomenal experience when charging your car. So we could have a whole nother webinar on this EV charger, but for now, let's move on to SPAN. Thank you, Eric. So real quick lightning background on SPAN. Our founder and CEO, his name is Arch Rao. If you don't know Arch, or if you've never heard of him, he led products at Tesla Energy for many years. He brought the Tesla Powerwall to market when he was there, as well as the solar roof. And Arch left Tesla to start SPAN. Main reason being the need for main panel upgrades and service upgrades to homes was a barrier. It was creating complexity and delay and adding cost to projects. And I won't get into all the details on this webinar today, but Arch wanted to turn that problem, that barrier, into an opportunity. And that was really the genesis of this product and of our company, like I said, about 4 years ago. So here is the main panel. I like this slide because it enables you to see exactly kind of what the panel looks like under the hood. And you can see one of these is, I'm not going to be able to point it out, but one of these little boards here is the onboard computer. This is what enables us to bring really a new level of intelligence into the home. And so what does this panel do? We haven't actually talked about that yet, but SPAN lets you see what's using energy in the home and enables real-time control to turn things on or off at the circuit level from your mobile phone from anywhere in the world. So it is, I think, the most intelligent piece of electrical infrastructure that exists for the resident. This product is actually also how simple it is. You don't need to know much about the smarts behind the scenes to have a really great experience, and actually it's amazingly intuitive. Again, I'll show you a little bit more about how you can interact with the panel through the app, but it's I think a very Apple-like interface in that it is just super easy to use. And our goal is to help people understand when and how they're consuming energy throughout the entire home, but also give them the power to control that energy use in the palm of their hand. And when it comes to solar, understand when and how the solar array is producing energy, and again, how that energy is distributed throughout the entire home at the circuit level. And there's a whole lot of fun stuff you can do if you've got a battery as well. If you go to the next slide here, I'm not going to talk too much about the specs and design of the panel. There's a spec sheet on our website as well. But here are a few fun facts for you. Main things to know here are, it is NEMA 3R rated, so this panel can be installed indoors or outdoors. I know mostly in the state of Missouri, their panels are going indoors, but if anybody out there does have an outdoor main panel, the span panel will work. It can be installed flush mount or surface mount. So, and I've got a few pictures of what that will look like. And one more just detail that's important to keep in mind is the panel does require internet. So that's how people access the app. All the monitoring and AI lives in the cloud, and so internet is a must. If you do ever lose internet, though, no worries. SPAN automatically defaults to a cellular connection. There's a built-in cell card in every panel, and so you can reprioritize your load shedding capabilities, or can control the panel through a cellular connection if you do happen to lose internet. So those are some of the highlights. A few more pictures here. Thank you, Eric. The door of the panel, it's a tempered glass front and sheet metal casing, which enables the durability and the outdoor or indoor installation. And the door can be configured on either side, as you see in the picture there. And one of my favorite pictures is this picture over on the right-hand side. This is just one of my favorite aesthetic elements to the panel. And when you open the door, there are LED lights all around the circumference that light up automatically. Electricians that we work with love that, because it means no longer headlight or flashlight in your mouth when working on a panel at night, but also just has that Batmobile aesthetic to it. And I think our founders coming from Tesla knew that good-looking products tend to resonate more with consumers. This is, I think, probably the first time a utility panel has ever actually looked cool, and I think it looks very cool. So next slide here. So here's one more picture of kind of the installation different types. So on the right, we've got the surface mount and two pictures of the flush mount. So you can see it is recessed into the wall on the two, with the two pictures on the right, or on the left rather. We've got the flush profile view there in the center. So, if it's being installed in a hallway indoors or something like that, you're not going to bump into it walking by. Sits off the wall about the same as a standard picture frame.
I think, Jake, you want to take over? I'm sorry, Nate, you want to take over the demonstration with your phone here?
Yeah, thank you. I think what I'm going to do here is actually join this call with my phone and show everybody the app experience. So hopefully this works. There's a picture of me throwing my daughter, Skylar, in the air. That's not what I want to show you. What I want to show is the SPAN app. So here we are. So, and again, anybody can look at what I'm looking at now. It's free. Download the app and just click Explore a Simulated SPAN Home, and this is what you'll see. So this is not my house. This is the Watts residence, and we're seeing SPAN cycling through a few different fictitious, simulated SPAN home experiences. So it just cycled to another one. Now we're off grid. This home is being powered by solar and battery. And if we scroll down a little bit here, we can see what's currently using energy in terms of wattage and percentage of energy usage in my home. Down at the bottom, if I click on circuits, now we can look at what's using energy by activity. So again, from largest to smallest, what's, in real time, this is the wattage being pulled by these different circuits. I can sort by area. So this is my living room, my kitchen, my master bedroom, outdoors, etc. And we can go into any one of these. So if we go into my living room, within my living room, we've got, these are the different appliances. So I've got the TV, PlayStation, and space heater. And I can turn these on or off from anywhere. So I could be inside my house, or I could be in an adjacent city or state. First time I turn this off, anytime I the first time toggling a circuit on or off, SPAN is going to give me a safety warning. There it is. Yes, I am not doing electrical work right now. And if we were standing in my living room, we'd see every appliance powered off. in real time. Turn it back on, living room is now drawing 120 watts again. If I go to, I'm just going to go to shortcuts here and show you what the solar experience is like. So today, December 9th, my solar array has produced 40 kilowatt hours of energy. That's the same as 3 gallons of gas in terms of carbon emissions avoided. I like that metric. We can also look at over the course of the week. It increased a little bit over the course of the month. Now we're looking at 9 gallons of gas. Over the year, the metric is going to change. Yep, there it goes to 17 barrels of oil worth of carbon emissions avoided, and over 10,000 kilowatt hours. And we can also look at where that energy went. So 38% of the energy generated from my solar array went to powering my home. 48% went to charging my battery, and 14% went back to the grid. So if I live in an area with net metering or something like that, I can't expect a credit from the utility. And speaking of utilities, by the way, if I go to utilities, I can see what I've pulled from the grid. So over the course of the year, I've pulled over 3,000 kilowatt hours from the grid. Let's look at the week. You can see it drop down in real time. So this week, 77 kilowatt hours. I'm not going to show you everything today, but I am just going to show some of my favorite features. So I particularly like how the grid got its energy. So we do have, this is, utility API. This information is all going to be relevant to your local utility. And we can see, okay, my local utility got, there's some renewable energy in here. 11% came from solar, 7% came from wind. We've got some nuclear energy in there, hydroelectric energy, that's interesting. And in this case, 59% of my grid's energy coming from gas. The last thing that I do want to mention, because actually this is my favorite aspect of this product, is what happens in off-grid mode. So a big part of this product is a big part of what SPAN does is enhance the battery backup experience. So with SPAN, it simplifies the battery conversation dramatically. You don't have to choose which loads to back up in what's called a critical loads panel. A lot of people don't realize that if you're getting a battery, typically a single battery won't back up your whole home. You'll need, most of the time, you'll need 2 batteries or sometimes 3 or even more. But with SPAN, it gives you access to your entire home. And instead of hardwiring a select number of circuits into a critical loads panel, maybe you can only back up 4 or 5 things, because that's what the battery limitations are. Now with SPAN, you have access to everything. And in an outage, SPAN gives you this virtual critical loads panel, which is what we're looking at right now. So the way it works is you've got 3 categories. You've got your must-have circuits, your nice-to-have circuits, and you've got your non-essential circuits. And in an outage, SPAN has automatic load shedding. Sorry, I've got some text messages coming in there. So as soon as power goes out, let's say power goes out at 2 in the morning, all the non-essential circuits are automatically shed. They are turned off, and that's in order to extend the duration of my battery. And the nice-to-have circuits remain on until my battery reaches 50% charge, and my must-have circuits remain on until turned off. And it's a mobile drag and drop user interface. So if I move the EV charger over, watch what happens to the time at the top. SPAN is translating remaining battery life instantly and automatically into terms of time. So coming back to this theme of simplification, wanting to make it really easy for people to understand how and when their entire home is consuming energy, and to give them the power to control it and to really optimize solar and storage purchases. So that's all I'm going to share with the mobile app. I'm going to just wrap up here with a few more slides and then pass it back to you, Eric. And these slides will cover a lot of what I just showed you in the demo. So we'll move through this quickly. Again, 32 circuit spaces. So with a single SPAN panel, you have access to 32 circuits in the house, rather than the typical, call it 4 or 5 or 6 that you can back up typically with a single battery. We are also partnered with Amazon, and we have a Alexa integration. So this is the brain of the house, and you can now talk to Alexa to schedule and balance and optimize your energy use. You can just do fun stuff like, Alexa, turn off my lights in my living room, or turn the kitchen circuit on or off. This is a product that gets smarter over time. SPAN issues push notifications through your phone that are customizable as well, of course, to help you balance and optimize your energy use and reduce your utility bill. We've already talked about the animation on the right here, so I'll just skip past this slide for now. The last thing that I'll mention is the last sort of implication when SPAN is stored with a battery. Typically, this means you need fewer batteries. The way I think about it is, you can, if you want to power your home for a longer period of time, if your home is a truck, you could add another battery. That would be like getting a bigger fuel tank for your house. Or you can get SPAN and convert your home into a hybrid engine, enabling the home to operate much more efficiently and with far less fuel on the new converted engine. So typically fewer batteries, but also, as this slide is indicating, the batteries that you do have on average will last 40% longer. That's a whole lot longer. So if you're considering investing in a battery, but you're thinking it's maybe too expensive, imagine if you could get SPAN and get 40% more out of that investment. It's a pretty good financial justification for pairing SPAN with a battery. And we have a whole white paper on that's on our website as well. Go ahead and check it out when you've got the time. So that's it from me. We've got 5 or 6 minutes left here. Sorry if I took too much of the time today. Really appreciate you again, Eric and Jake, you guys having me here, and happy to entertain questions at the end. So Jake, I'll pass over to you. Eric, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and I'll let you take back over with that.
Great, thank you. There we go, and let me just jump past the slide you did. Thanks, Nate, again, for taking time to explain how SPAN works here. So how does it kind of come together with Straight Up Solar and SPAN? Let me turn it over to Jake. Jake has sold many of these SPANs through Straight Up Solar. So Jake, tell us a little about how it all comes together from the customer's point of view.
Absolutely. Thanks, Eric. Nate, thank you for going over everything. Can everybody hear me okay? Fantastic. Okay. Straight Up Solar, we have obviously recently partnered with SPAN here. It's been a fantastic partnership, really allowing customers to digitalize their home, take advantage of hands-on technology that, like Nate said, gives you total control of the electrical usage of your home, what's going on from anywhere in the world at any point in time, which has been a hit for a lot of our customers. Straight Up Solar, whether you're adding to an existing installation or whether you're doing a new installation, Straight Up Solar has a capacity to do both those kinds of installation. It does not have to be paired with a battery, but obviously it is more compatible, makes your battery life last longer. So if you currently have a battery or are looking at a battery for your system that is soon to be installed, we always introduce a SPAN panel and give customers the option. It just makes sense to really have this with your battery system to get 40% more out of it. Like Nate said, it's a win-win situation. Right now, currently, SPAN is coupled with Tesla. So the Tesla battery is the battery right now that is capable of being paired with SPAN. I'm sure Nate can explain further, probably next year that SPAN will be more compatible with other batteries out there, which we are also capable of installing. But right now, Tesla, you get your best bang for your buck. We are able to get our hands on Tesla batteries and install those for customers. We're not seeing any shortage in product for customers for that. And right now, so we're just pairing with the Tesla battery. The install time for a SPAN panel is very, very minimal. We see on average that it takes, right about a day to install the the SPAN right alongside the solar, where the average install time for us to install a solar system is anywhere from 2 to 4 days. So SPAN can fit right into that time frame. with our installers who are highly certified electrical technicians who've been on the roofs for many, many years, know what they're doing. Along with that comes the Straight Up Solar warranty, workmanship and production warranty. So Straight Up Solar, we guarantee the work that we do for a 10-year time period, meaning if there are any issues, we come right along and we fix those issues. As part of our workmanship warranty, we stand behind the work that we do and are proud to do that. And we've been in business obviously since 2006, have a ton of happy customers, and really, really stand behind that 10-year workmanship warranty. And beyond that, we have a designated service department that does nothing but service systems for us. We run right now about 6 installation crews around the clock, do anywhere from 25 to 30 installations per month. But are one of the only solar companies here in the St. Louis area to have a designated service team. So when it comes to servicing your system that we install or other solar systems that have not been installed by us, they may be a different solar company who may or may not be here still, potentially could have gone out of business, we will service solar systems throughout the St. Louis region, Missouri, and Illinois. We stand behind the work that we do. Going to go on to the next, Eric. Fantastic. 5 easy steps to get started. Getting started, if we don't already have your information or we're not already currently working with you, you call into our solar support specialists who basically are an intake crew, gather your information, kind of go over what you're looking for. Then you're assigned to a project developer like myself. Project developer will work with you to go over where you want the panels, how the components of your system is going to work, how many panels we need to produce the amount of power you need, and really help you meet your goals with going solar. Find out the reasons why you're wanting to go solar, whether it's for the environment, whether it's to save money, or whether it's to reduce your carbon footprint. There's lots of different reasons why folks go solar. We're here to service all those reasons, obviously. Number 3 is guidance. So after you work with your project developer, develop a plan and find a system that works for you, we turn you over to a project manager. One of the greatest parts about working with Straight Up Solar is you have one single point of contact for your solar journey. Very different than calling into a customer service department where you may or may not talk to the same person once or twice. You have one project manager to walk you through exactly what's going on through the solar journey, from the design to the permitting, to the installation, to the interconnection agreement. We're a one-stop shop for solar, guys. So we do everything. We don't subcontract the work out. We run our own crews. That way you have straight up solar from the start to the finish, and you have one single point of contact with your project manager. After we get everything done from the permitting, the design, permits done, you're getting a call from scheduling. Scheduling going to get you on the calendar, work with you to find a good time to install a system. It's kind of neat to be there when the system's getting put up. You get to meet the installers, you get to meet the crew. They're going to walk you through everything, talk you how the setup goes, watch the panels go on the roof, watch the span panel go in and be installed. And then after everything is said and done and we've got it all in place, after a final walkthrough happens and you are up and running with the app on your phone to connect electronically to your system through our monitoring software that we install, you get to flip the switch. You get to energize your system and turn it on. Straight Up Solar doesn't do that. Your utility company won't do that. And so you get to actually turn your system on, throw the lever, flip the switch on, and watch your system start being energized right through the app on your phone. Instantly, you got that solar power coming into the home, reducing your electric bill, charging that battery, helping you, go energy resilient, obtain your energy independence. And it's a neat process. So we're here to help you all the way through that, to be able to contact myself as your project developer. I'll put my information in the text. You'll also be able to see it here shortly. But guys, we're a one-stop shop for solar, been in business since 2006, love what we do, and excited to be your potential chosen solar installer.
Thank you, Jake. That was a great enthusiastic presentation about going on a solar journey. I hope everyone here is kind of excited to get started on getting solar plus span, and to get you more excited about it, We have our celebration sale going on through the month of December. These are the shortest days of the year here, but every day we're getting closer to the longest day of the year. And you're going to want to have a solar panel on your roof to take advantage of all the sunshine that's going to start occurring in the spring and summer. So we'll get you started here with, if you go with financing, there's no down payment here and no payments until you're energized. It's a great way to kind of get started with no upfront commitment. And if you live in Illinois with the new Illinois Solar Renewable Energy Credit and the federal tax credit, you can save up to 60% with incentives here. And to encourage you to kind of get moving for this month, we'll give you a gift card for Amazon for $250 to help you enjoy the holiday season here. So it's a great time to think about solar. And again, it was a really great presentation today with Jake and Nate. I want to thank Nate for being our guest to talk about SPAN panels here. Please drop your questions in the chat. I've seen a couple questions, so I'm going to throw out to you and Nate. There's Jake's contact information. You can get started with a quote, which I dropped into the chat a minute ago. And you can also check out all the webinars that we've done on our YouTube channel, where we also have information on kind of the Ameren rate case, information on changes that are going on in the Illinois policy arena, and also specific information on how we do solar estimates and what it costs to go solar. So check out our YouTube page for those webinars here.